it will be in the main for development based. As teachers, it is part of what we need to do to understand things differently, and that is what I like doing. But there is a possibility that you get an indication that Mazibu wants to meet with you because your school has performed dismally poorly. And I need to understand why. I'm doing that, Baphumed, so that I explain to colleagues in simple terms that part of the job is teaching, learning, and assessment. That is part of it. I wake up every day in the Department of KZN to ensure that these three things do happen. And in the main today, I want us to focus on those three aspects. The other aspects I am employed to do, I will make a reference to them as I talk. But in the main, my interest today is to speak about what is it that we do so that we strengthen teaching, learning, and assessment. And I wish to simplify that. Unfortunately, Tishomkula was followed in a smart. If there was a chalkboard, I was going to make an arrow. But because I'm talking to adults, you can make that in your head. No, it's fine. Remember, I spoke about three aspects. Then I want us in our minds to make an arrow and talk about learning outcomes. And that is what is of interest today. Once we make sure that there is teaching, learning, and assessment, the main intention is to ensure that we improve the learning outcomes of the learners that we are responsible. But then secondly, just to make an observation, I took this from my bag as I was coming here, only to remind myself that I am coming to Mathulisizwe and Tishomkulu, I am reminding you that when we are announcing the results in 2020 for 2025 NSC, Mathulisizwe was represented by this name. And I'm happy to be here where such great things happen. And if you may give Mathulisizwe a big round. This booklet also reminded me that Ilembe also was represented by a learner from Tugela Secondary School. Not sure if Tugela is part of this group of learners. If not, but that learner also was coming from Ilembe. I also went through this booklet and I got another learner from Ilembe district, which was coming from Telenkosi Secondary School. With that, I'm using these examples to indicate that I'm not here because there is poor performance in me. And I wish that you give yourself a big round. That is not the reason. Remember, I said if you get a notification that I need to see you, it will either be one or two. And I'm confirming it is because I want us to talk about how do we strengthen the three things so that we improve the learner performance or the learning outcomes. And to me, that is important.